Morning.
Okay. Good evening. Thank you for everyone coming this evening. I know some of you are from the 751 class, which is my section, and then the other half of the folks are from Bonnie's section. So welcome tonight. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking through how this course works. It is different than other human service courses that you've taken. We're going to talk a bit about the structure, the requirements, and then we're going to move on and talk a little bit about group process and how that works. So do you want to start with, or you want to go every other one? You want me to start and then you do one, or how would you like to do it?
Let's talk about the class in general,
Okay.
and then
Let's talk about the specifics.
yeah.
Okay. This class is called a capstone class. I'm going to let Bonnie jump in a minute and talk more about her definition, or the way she defines capstone. But what I'd like you to also think about this evening is capstone is oftentimes considered a class that you would take at the end of your course of instruction. And of course, in human services, it's a 2-year degree. So many of you found that when you went to register for this class, you had to get in touch with me, get in touch with Bonnie, or get in touch with one of the counselors to get you registered for that, because we do want to know that you're close to the end of the program. Part of what we do in this class is we review material that you've learned throughout the 2 years in human services. And in fact, you're going to find that the overall structure of the course is that there's 10 learning modules, or 10 units, as we call them in Blackboard. And in each of those units, we're reviewing some piece of what you've learned along the way in human services.
Yeah. And hello to those of you who couldn't come tonight.
Was I supposed to do that?
Yeah.
That's all right.
We miss you. Yeah, so this is a capstone course, and a capstone, if you could kind of visualize what it is, many of you have heard me use this analogy before. Roman arches are arches that the Romans made to put up walls, to have aqueducts, the water thing. The way that they were built was, they're freestanding structures that have stone, 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 and then one stone on the top. And if you were to remove that stone on the top, the whole structure would tumble. And that's called a capstone. That stone that looks kind of like a trapezoid, because it looks like a trapezoid, it's at the top. So that's the capstone. So this class is like that stone. It's the very top of your curriculum, and it holds the whole thing together. It kind of pulls it all together. It makes it work. So that's what this class is. And this is the only time that you'll be in this setting, sitting behind tables in a lecture format. The rest of the classes the tables will be moved out of the way, and you'll be sitting in a circle. How many of you are in section 752, the second section? Who's supposed to be actually meeting tonight? Okay, so the rest if you're in Beverly's section, canceled class from last week, who are you? Okay, so
241. Or
we're all
752.
241.
752.
Okay, so that's the one that's supposed to meet tonight. We're meeting every other week. So the folks who meet tonight who are supposed to meet tonight.
752.
752.
Which would be Bonnie's.
Right, you're my section. We'll meet again in 2 weeks. And Beverly's section, 751, will meet next week. So if you're not here, you better be Beverly's section, because the rest of you should be here now. Otherwise, you're counted absent. Not good. So,
Do you want me to talk about the overall structure, and then we can look at the...
Yeah.
Okay, overall structure. Bonnie and I have been somewhat indecisive with this course in that we change it every semester.
Indecisive. We're distilling it down to its core.
That's right. It's a work in progress. And as such, we have changed it again this semester. And what we've changed specifically is how the grading is going to work. The grading it will be graded on 4 equal parts, 25% of the overall grade. 25% will be class participation. Can I move a little
yes.
bit? Or, okay. 25% will be class participation, which Bonnie and I are going to talk more about that in a moment. She mentioned a minute ago that this will be the last time that you'll come in and sit in lecture format. What you'll be doing from here on out is we're going to sit in a circle and we're going to run it as a group. So part of what we do in this course is we think about the group process. And to really be able to think about and conceptualize group process, we want you to actually participate in a group. So that's part of what we do in this course. And hence the 25% participation. Again, 25% of your grade will be coming, participating, being here. And then we're also going to ask you to evaluate facilitators, and we'll talk more about that in a moment. But that will also be part of the overall participation. Did you take the time to go online and do the 10-question survey? It takes about 5 to 10 minutes, but you do need to do it, and we'll talk more about that. The second 25% of the grade is going to be facilitation. We'll also give you more detail than just this in a few minutes. But each of you will actually facilitate a group, or it won't be a full class session because this is a 3-hour class. Some nights 2 or 3 of you will facilitate, but each of you will facilitate a group session of, I'd say, minimum an hour long. Okay, and we'll talk more about our expectations for that shortly. The third 25% is reflection journals. This is new. In each of the learning modules, you're going to find a journal, a self-reflection journal. Questions will be asked in the journal. There'll be open-ended questions asking you to think about the material. And what we're going to ask you to do is respond. There are some minimal guidelines. I think minimum 2 or 250 word length. I'd have to go in and double check it. You do need to cite your text. In other words, you need to be reading your text and say, maybe I think this is what I think, but this is what the text says. Or this is what the text says, and I agree with the text. Okay. So again, another 25% will be that reflection journal. Last 25%.
Oh, and that's done online. There's a journal component of Blackboard.
Yes, thank you.
So that's within the Blackboard framework.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So in other words, it's not hard copy. You'll do it online. Okay. Okay, last 25% is a portfolio project. That will be due at the end of the semester. We have cut back on that. In past semesters, we've had a 3-part portfolio. Now we have a 2-part portfolio.
We had a 10-part portfolio once.
We did.
Our first semester, it was 10-part. Yeah.
We're becoming much less ambitious.
We had a high suicide rate that semester, so we cut back.
Yeah.
And also,
we gave new reading glasses after that semester, so
and upped our medication.
That's true.
Cheers. Also, the portfolio you'll be working on in groups, and you've been assigned to. If you're in my section, you've been assigned to groups already.
Not in mine, but you will be. Thank you for the reminder.
Sure. And it's a random assignment to groups. I asked Blackboard to assign you to groups, and it did. So I actually haven't looked at it. I'm not sure who's in groups together. So you're randomly assigned to groups, and you'll be working together in the schedule. We have a few days where you will be working on your portfolio projects. So that's a way for you to help each other out, and for all of you to produce a high quality outcome. So in previous semesters, students turned in portions of their portfolio project throughout the semester. We're not doing that this semester. Instead, you are helping each other out to provide feedback so that you turn in a high quality product at the end. You'll be relying on each other for help rather than relying on your instructor, Beverly Wagner.
And Bonnie Smith.
Well, generally Beverly Wagner's been the one to offer the help, but not this semester.
So again, to recap, 4 equal parts of 25% each. Participation, facilitation, where you'll lead, again, 1 class session. Well, that's about 1 hour of the class session. Okay. Your self-reflection journals and your portfolio. Your portfolio will be turned in at the time of the final exam, and it counts really, it is your final exam. There are no tests in this course, so that is the good news of the course. There is no bad news of this course. So.
Well, what questions do you have so far?
Is it all in WebCT? I mean, is it all in Blackboard, or is there any WebCT?
It's all in Blackboard. The question was, is it all in Blackboard, or is there anything in WebCT? All in Blackboard. Other questions?
I don't have a question, but I do have a comment.
Do you want to be on camera?
No, but
Well, then I'll turn it off.
okay.